We're going pack for pack on The Sims 4, analyzing and playing each expansion, game, and stuff pack, and even kits. And today's subject is clearly Outdoor Retreat. The Sims 4 is 10 years old. And it just got a new and improved look. I have no comment. But now that we know that The Sims 5 is not in development currently, I want to go through all of the past DLC for the game and play through all of it. There has been just a metric assload of DLC released over the years. Outdoor Retreat was actually the very first one in January of 2015. So it too is 10 years old as well also. The main appeal of Outdoor Retreat is to go on an outdoor retreat. Who would have thought? It's got camping. It's got hiking in a whole new world, a whole new skill, and so much more. But is it good? I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's get into it. First off, what exactly is a game pack? And why is it different from these other types of packs? Money and content. Expansion packs are big boys, game packs, medium guys. Stuff packs are like little dudes, and kits are dumb. Just kidding. I actually like the kits. Game packs are $20 and are smaller than expansion packs and feature less content, but enough to slap $20 onto, you know what I mean? This game pack is special. It features a world, not just any world, but a destination world called Granite Falls that your Sims can visit on vacation. You can build on the lots in this world, but you cannot have your Sims actually live there. It is for visitors only. I decided to send the Goth family on vacation to the great outdoors. We swagged them out in the new camping and outdoorsy clothing. Then I gave Mortimer the new squeamish trait and Cassandra the outdoor enthusiast aspiration that's tied to Granite Falls activities. As far as cast goes, I think it's perfectly acceptable. And it has a wide variety of clothing for all the frames and the life stages. Well, I said that prematurely. I didn't check toddlers and I didn't check infants. I highly doubt there's anything for infants, but yeah. It's not bad, except hats and accessories. Come on. It's an outdoorsy pack. You know, we could have used more hats and maybe some more pixels on this hat in particular. 2 bracelets? Only 2 bracelets? We need to use the phone to plan a vacation to Granite Falls, and from there, we get to pick which lot we would like to stay at. Do we want a more comfortable cabin experience, or do we want to rough it at the campsite? I know the Goths are rich. They could totally afford the expensive cabin, but like, we want to get the full experience here, right? There's nothing wrong with glamping by any means. I just want to see the Goths squirm a little bit. If your Sim has a job, a real J-O-B, they will use their vacation days while they are on vacation, duh. And school kids' performance will drop if you vacation on a school day. You know, it's just something to keep in mind. I won't, but you might want to. Who needs school? More money. You know, they'll be fine. The campsite doesn't have much camping gear on it. There is a horseshoe game, a fire pit, but no tents or anything. I was kind of confused. But this ranger came by, and after fumbling around the conversation tree, I finally found something pack related. Ask for camping info, and you know what? Desiree here doesn't have much great advice. Bring a cooler. Be on the lookout for insects. Okay. Purchase supplies at the ranger station. See? Yeah, that is the advice that I was looking for. So then I had to find the ranger station, and this place is huge. This isn't even all of what the world has to offer. You can access all of the rentable lots from this neighborhood, yeah. And that's what this area is like. It's like a neighborhood with a bunch of trees all around. Oh my God. You can't see anything. There's so many trees. Found the ranger station though, and from there I was able to buy a bunch of supplies. I'm not sure how many people can sleep in one tent. There wasn't much info on a lot of these objects that would have probably been useful. I don't know, I just started buying a bunch of stuff. Chairs. A bed? Do I need a bed if I have a tent? A gaming table? Sure. You can only place items you buy from the ranger station in very certain places in the neighborhood, like the campsite lot, for instance, you know, the one we're staying at. It's pretty obvious, I guess. Chairs around the campfire, a cooler, which functions like a fridge, kind of. You can grab snacks and drinks from there. And the card table. The card table. This pissed me off bad because the chairs with arms don't even slot in there properly. You can only use the chairs without armrests on them. It was annoying. And yes, I had to go buy more chairs because of it. I had already seen that there was a bear suit in cast, so I figured that bear people would have been walking around in this world, and they give you a tense moodlet, but I don't think they really do anything else. Wouldn't it have been cool to have them like come up to your tent and shake it and try to scare you, or have them like scrounge through your trash pile or something? I was just hoping for more weird bear people content. The first day of our Goth family camping trip was chill. I wanted them to really come together as a family and hang out and enjoy all of the activities together and really bond. They all sat by the campfire and roasted some marshmallows. You know, it's cute and it's wholesome. Something that's not cute and wholesome is trying to get this fucking card table to work properly. It took me several tries to get two Sims to sit down and play cards at the same time. But then at the end of the night, they all slept in the tent, and thus begins our second day of vacation. Today is Cassandra's day. She's got big outdoor adventures to go do, so I had her fill up her needs and sent her out to forage for plants. She needs to harvest 10 unidentified plants and catch 5 fish in Granite Falls to fulfill this stage of the aspiration, so I went on a hunt for any and all plants that I could find around the neighborhood. Or maybe I should just be calling it the forest. I don't know. Where am I? I will be honest, this was a little tedious just because the map is so big. I think this is a big problem in The Sims 4. Doing any of these activities that requires you to forage in the world takes up so much time because your Sim is walking around forever and ever and ever just to go from one bush to the next bush. It's beautiful. Sure, but if this place was half as big or even just spawned in more plants, at least I think it would be a lot better to navigate. I don't know, I just feel like you do so much walking in this game. And it feels so like empty because it's so spread out. Do you know what I mean? After I got my 10 unidentified plants, I tried to take Cassandra out fishing, but since her skill level is 0, she didn't catch any fish here today. There's only one fishing spot here. Hello? There's so much water. You're joking, right? Like there should have been at least one more spot in this neighborhood, but no. Okay, it's a couple days later and I found another one. I'm sorry I lied. I didn't mean to. And you can't even swim here. Whatever. This is a problem for another day. That night, Cassandra told a ghost story at the campfire. Stories around the fire are new in this pack, and they offer different moodlets. The ghost story scared everyone around the fire, but I didn't know it also spawned in a ghost. A real-life ghost came and possessed the tent over and over and over again. It actually didn't even really do anything but possess the tent repeatedly. I had to be mean to her to make her go away. Maybe this could use a little fixing. Day 3. Jeez, this is a long vacation, guys. We're moving on to the Granite Falls forest. This is a separate lot. And at first, I only brought Cassandra, but I noticed that there was a lodge here with activities, and I was like, okay, fine. You know, everyone else can come too. There's not much to actually do back at the campsite, so yeah, family, you can come join. Cassandra, with the help of this guy, was able to actually fish at one of the few fishing spots here, so we got that down. And our new goals have more to do with the herbalism skill. First of all, catching bugs. This whole time that I've been exploring, I have never seen a single bug. So I kind of had to get down and dirty and search for their spawn points on the ground level. We need to catch enough beetles to roast 2 plates of them over the campfire, except I'm having a hard time securing beetles in general. Not all bugs are beetles, okay? Newsflash. And not all floor bug spawn points are going to guarantee beetles. So I did not get around to anything herbalism related until the next day. Eat 10 plants. Most of these are not identified, but sure, girl, go for it. Eating plants and attempting to identify them does increase herbalism a little bit, which, you know, is kind of not a great idea if you ask me, but don't try this at home, I guess. Brewing herbal remedies over a stove is where the herbalism XP is at. out. You can make all sorts of concoctions to treat various ailments and even a fertility potion at the end of the skill. You just need like so much stuff in order to make these concoctions. Various plants, bugs, etc. And they're mostly all Granite Falls exclusive, including the bugs. By day 4, I think everyone's a little over it, but Cassandra, no. She's got to keep it pushing. We have aspirations to achieve. Mortimer's been chilling the whole time, actually, despite being a squeamish sim. And the only time we've actually seen him get uncomfortable is when he's taking out the trash, which you can do at home. Like, we didn't need to be in Granite Falls for him to take out the trash. You know what I mean? I just figured he would have had way more of a negative experience in general sleeping out in the woods. But this is the first time I've seen him have any sort of uncomfortable moodlet. Cassandra's outdoorsy though. She is right in her element. Milestone complete. Now we need to craft 3 excellent remedies, identify every single plant, and befriend the Hermit of Granite Falls. I thought I'd been out there and explored all that both of the areas had to offer, but no. We've somehow missed the Hermit's lair. Sounds like we're gonna need to extend this vacation. I was able to identify every single plant in my inventory, which was 9 out of the 10 plants. And I'm not kidding, I've pretty much combed through both areas. Upon doing some research and looking up Carl's Sims guide, I was able to locate the bramble that leads to a whole new area, the Hermit's lair. So that's probably where my last plant is, right? There's little dialogue pop-ups that guide us to it. It's kind of like The Sims Medieval. I missed that game. Travel towards the sim. Would you like to send Cassandra into the deep woods? Well, why the hell else would I be here? The house is so cute. The whole area. Oh, I want to be a hermit. What the heck? There's a lot to do here, okay? Lots to see. But I cannot find the hermit. God, this place is huge too. I did eventually find her. Sheena Swan. She's gone fishing. Oh, we literally only needed to interact with her once to fulfill the befriend the hermit aspiration. Okay. Well, if you end up being good friends with her, she gives you a new herbalism recipe, but I don't really care about that anymore. She's erratic, loves the outdoors, and is an unemployed loner, if you were curious. Honestly, I think she's living the dream. I found the very last of my unidentified plants here, but I was unsuccessful in identifying it. We are gonna need a higher herbalism skill. Luckily, Sheena here has a nice house we can stay at and expand our knowledge. This house is actually really cute. I'm kind of obsessed. Cassandra's gonna hang out here for the night. She's been roughing it the past few days, okay? A bed and a toilet are like peak luxury for her right now. Man, I do wish that there were moodlets that reflect this sentiment, you know what I mean? I'll just keep making shit up in my head, don't worry. Cassandra is supposed to go to school today. What vacation day is this? Day 4? I forgot already. Who needs school when you can make weird little concoctions? You know, they don't teach you that in school. I've never actually made a sim skip school to like the point of being punished. So I don't know. That could be a fun little challenge. We still don't have high enough herbalism to identify this mushroom. So I'm having her just, you know, go to town on foraging and brewing, trying to brew mostly the high level ones until I run out of ingredients. Again, herbalism is a super ingredient heavy skill. It is not an easy grind, people. With herbalism, I just kind of feel like the items that are used in the skill are a little too like niche and hard to gather. It's difficult to make more than just like the basic brews. I wish that there was a way to harvest bugs easier, or just like less walking around to gather them in general. It's a little bit more of like a complex skill, I suppose, with just like the item requirements. But boom, there it is. Shroom identified at level 8. Next up, level 10. Sleep for 5 nights in a tent and collect 15 insects. This is some bullshit. But like, okay, we've already slept so many nights in a tent. Yeah, I think this should be a retroactive milestone. This is gonna be a very long camping trip. No, truthfully, I just needed to go out for like one more day maybe to just get a bunch of forageables, catch those 15 bugs, which takes forever, and maybe squeeze in one night of tent sleep. I'm assuming I can sleep in a tent at home and it'll still count, right? Also, hiking is dumb. Sorry, this is just an aside. You just walk around the existing paths that we've been walking on this whole time, and there's no group hiking. 15 bugs. It is a lot easier to spot them at night, I've noticed, especially, the ones that light up. Duh. But girl, you're crazy if you think I'm catching every single bug for the collections tab. I don't even care to make every single concoction. I'm kind of over this though. Now that I've got 15 bugs, I don't see a reason to stay back here in Granite Falls. Like, I could go back to the home lot and plant all of these plants there and try to finish all of these other goals there. Except, I can't plant every single little plant that I've foraged for whatever reason. Also, I've identified all these plants and some are still labeled as unidentified. This pack needs some help. While I wait for more brew supplies to come in, there's at least an herbalism skill book I can study, and even a concoction that I can drink to give Cassandra the focused moodlet. These are kind of useful. I don't know why she went upstairs to drink it. Sims 4. I rode hard for you in my last video. Why am I running into so many little buggy weird things now? You're making me look like a fool. And then the last thing I'm doing to fulfill our aspiration, sleeping in the tent. I thought that maybe I could go visit Granite Falls just like real quick to gather up some more bugs and plants, but this is where I learned that you can't just go and visit the destination worlds now. You need to go on an actual planned vacation each time you want to go there. I really don't understand why. It just seems silly that I can't just come here, especially when a whole skill is pretty much locked at this location. I don't know, maybe somebody could explain this to me. The principal's calling. I can't have Cassandra miss any more school. This is stressing me out. She is not the type to ditch class like this in my head. So we really shouldn't be taking this many vacations. Anyways, we did a few more bug runs. I've noticed that they do have areas that they like to spawn in. It's just hard to remember them all and walk all the way to each one. So I really do think there should be a way to get these easier, especially at my herbalism skill level. Cassandra's staying in a cabin, but I bought her this tent anyways, just to get the milestone. And now she must cook. Level 9 herbalism. Oh, we're so close. At this point though, I just am tired of being at Granite Falls. There's really actually not much to do there. It's cute and fun for the novelty and, to visit for a moment, but more than an actual in-game week is just a little much. I decided to let Cassandra come home and rejoin society and force her to make potions until she's mastered herbalism. Okay. Fine, you can go to school. We're good now. We just need one more night in the tent and then we're done. Except Alexander is gonna spoil that for us, isn't he? Is there really no one else you can go to when you have a nightmare? You see, guys, I've had a headache for the last few in-day games because your sim needs to sleep 6 consecutive hours in a tent for it to count. And everyone and everything seems to want to interrupt those 6 consecutive hours every single night. Alexander, please, dude. Get a grip. You know what? I am just gonna fill this room to the brim with night lights. I can't take it anymore. And with that, aspiration complete. Cassandra is now an outdoor enthusiast. The new rewards for the outdoor retreat pack are great storyteller, stoves and grills master, and incredibly friendly. And now I'm finally free. That's pretty much it for the outdoor retreat game pack, the oldest one in the game. There's a few things that the Goths did not get to partake in, like, there's a new woodworking schematic, I hear. Okay then. They went on a family vacation and they all stayed in the same tent, so, we didn't see the tent woohoo, but I had Johnny Zest and his date here go to town after he serenaded her with his guitar by the fire. Also a new feature, and also very Johnny Zest, I think. There's outdoorsy cooking recipes, more bugs that I didn't bother catching. Are there new fish in Granite Falls? I don't know and I don't care. I don't have much to say about build buy. I actually think it's pretty solid. And one thing I will give props for are the lots in Granite Falls. I think they're really good, actually. All the new items are cute and woodsy and campy. And, the cabins are they're really beautiful looking. Could there have been more? Yeah, but I think this pack actually has enough good decor. I do wish we had more gameplay objects though. Like what's another camping thing? Like cornhole? Frisbee? I don't know. A hammock? Wait, do we have a hammock in this game? Is there another pack that has a hammock? A lot of this stuff isn't really that usable to me outside of Granite Falls, unless I were to do some, you know, off the grid style lot. Then I would probably be more inclined to whip out some of this log stuff. But yeah, I like build buy. It was good. I don't know. There's a lot of decent content here, and I think it's worth picking up maybe on like sale. Only if you're like really wanting to take your Sims camping and it's like so important to you as an individual. It retails for $20, which is how much game packs cost. But then when you compare this game pack to other game packs, you know, that's where we kind of start to run into some trouble. With this one, you get a new world, albeit a vacation world, but you know, that's some extra points in its favor because not every game pack comes with one. You don't get a new career. Park Ranger would have been a great, just like, you know, inactive career to add here. It could have tied in with herbalism, like, I don't know. And you don't get an occult type, which, you know, when you compare this game pack to something like vampires or werewolves, you're gonna feel like you're not getting like as much bang for your buck, I feel like. Because those skill trees, you know, they really beef up the gameplay. Herbalism would be the comparison to like the vampire or the werewolf skill tree, and yeah, it's just not nearly as complex, right? It's just kind of your run-of-the-mill skill. Not only are people going to compare this pack to the other game packs in The Sims 4, but you know, there's pretty obvious comparisons to other expansion packs that were in previous games. We've got The Sims Vacation, The Sims 2 Bon Voyage, and The Sims 3 World Adventures. But I actually haven't played any of those packs at all, and I really thought about going back and playing them for this video, but like they are a lot bigger than this game pack, I'm not even gonna lie, and I feel like that does like factor into the price in general for this pack. Like comparing the prices for those expansions that were in those previous games to the price of this pack and how much content is, you know, in those versus this one. It's tough. It's a toughie. I'm trying to just keep it like Sims 4 focused. But yeah, in general, they really niched it down with this one. We're just really going camping. As far as changes, if this were to get a refresh, I do want them to fix hiking and make it similar to how it works in the Snowy Escape expansion pack and allow group hikes, just to like keep it consistent across the board, you know? I want them to make the water swimmable. I hate the general UI for these item gathering skills like gardening and now herbalism, so you know I'd add that to the list for a refresh. And making herbalism accessible outside of Granite Falls. Either give us a build buy item that can help spawn bugs, or spawn bugs just in general outside of Granite Falls. Why not? So yeah, sale pack, in my opinion. If you're like super camper pilled. I like camping. This pack offered a lot to the little story that I build up in my own head for my Sims. A family camping trip, a romantic getaway. It's all very cute for my own lore building that's kind of just in here. I wish that having these experiences had more of an effect on my game in general, but you know, that's a whole other conversation. Thank you so much for watching. The next video is going to be on Get to Work. And yeah, honey, we are gonna be getting to work on that as soon as I get my wisdom teeth removed tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to have that one up. But if I'm swollen on one side and wearing like a cop doctor uniform, you know what? Hey, maybe a doctor would actually fit really well. I don't know. I just love doing little costumes, okay? So, yeah. But that's what I got going on, okay? If you're into The Sims 4 and you like going back and looking at these old packs, please feel free to subscribe. I'm really funny and cool. So yeah, much appreciated. I hope you're having a great day and you continue to do so, and I will see you in the next one.